Good evening, my fellow troglodytes, Neanderthals, hairy knuckle dragon apes, cavemen, chicken littles, boys crying wolf, everybody else in the red pill manosphere, and to all the good faithful family. Welcome to the Good Faith Podcast, where we maneuver around toxic debauchery, attempting to find harmony with our fellow man and dissect society's caustic degeneracy. If it's a pre-apocalyptic dystopia that you seek, then look no further, because here it is. The great American empire is going to hell in a handbasket, and quickly, I might add. I'm your host, Ninjah Bullock. I understand you could have been a million other places, and that time is the most precious commodity any of us have. So from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to share my gratitude with you all. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Due to the sensitive nature of some of our topics, we hope that you will shield youngins from some of the vulgarity that may be spewed here. We got whoredom for your boredom, and we're going to talk about smut, so keep the kids at bay. It must be noted that the views expressed by the panel are not necessarily the views of the Good Faith Podcast. We are not a fiduciary. We assume no culpability of investment performance as a result of following our financial advice. Our simple aim is to entertain and inform. Anybody living in the greater Philadelphia area interested in making an appearance on our show can reach me in a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Christopher Bulick. See our Patreon link in the description if you'd like to make a campaign contribution to facilitate our meteoric rise. In all seriousness, times are tough. Any proceeds we receive will be going towards paying the rent, keeping the lights on, medicating Clark with all of his health concerns, and feeding our gracious guests. Once again, if you feel you've been given value by us, it takes a little extra effort to like and subscribe. This is your notification that the Good Faith Podcast is now available not only on YouTube, but Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, RSS.com, Overcast, Downcast, Podbeam, Edge, Podcast Republic, CastBox as well. We'll keep pushing out these episodes as long as our following stays growing. And the path to notoriety will be for our listeners to spread the good word of the pod. If you have somebody in mind who would agree with our content, may be informed. If they want to ridicule us, send a link to your friends and family. All publicity is good publicity. Our objective is to have balance between the red and the blue. So if you have somebody in mind who enjoys listening to podcasts, please spread our channel. And in perfect time for Father's Day, if you don't know what to get your dad for Father's Day, why not gift them a membership to the Good Faith Podcast? If you want to give the gift that keeps on giving, consider a membership to the Good Faith Podcast, where your fearless and thankless leader, me, is working tirelessly to return you guys with value through exclusive content, sound advice, unique custom emojis, listening and responding to all of your constructive and corrective feedback. Sorry. Okay. Now, the fragrance of the week is Beverly Hills Polo Club Blue. Sorry, I didn't get the scent description. Would you like to try? I usually keep fragrances on that people can sample. This is White Diamond by Elizabeth Taylor. You want to try it?
Okay, sure. You know what? I would like to introduce myself first.
Yeah,
actually.
go for it, please.
Hello, everybody. I am very glad to be here. This is my first time being on a podcast, so bear with me. I am an amateur, but I am very glad to be here, and I'm thankful for anybody that's listening right now. And let's get this show on the road.
What's your name?
My name is Tyara. I usually go by T.
Okay.
Everybody can call me T, but my name is Tyara.
What ethnicity is that?
So my dad is Puerto Rican and my mom is from Paraguay. I'm not really sure what ethnicity my name comes from. I would have to ask my mom.
So some type of Hispanic.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah.
All right. Well, pop that open. Let me know what you think.
White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. Okay. It's very what is that? It's definitely not a scent I would go for. I am a gourmand girly.
What's that mean?
So gourmands are like sweet scents or vanilla-y,
Okay. Well, then you're gonna...
a C by Giorgio Armani is my favorite right now.
If you like sweet scents,
citrusy,
I think you're gonna love this candle. This is Soy Wax Latte Da. It's like coffee shop, but just give this a smell.
This is interesting. This is buttery. I
do
not prefer buttery scents
for
candles. No, I do not. I like, okay, so like sandalwood, teakwood musk, santal, jasmine santal.
What's up, Scumps? I've never heard from you before, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you for listening in.
Guys, the fragrance of the week, like I said, is Beverly Hills Polo Club Baby Blue Candle. Alex. As in, like, Alessandro? What's up, though? What up, though? Candle of the week is, like I said, it's this Lati Da coffee shop candle. Shirt of the week is just baby blue and white stripes. Slacks of the week are bonobos. Yeah, whatever. They're just regular gray slacks. Shoes of the week are my white Uggs. Guys, you know what I say? I say look good, smell good, play good. And when you play good, they pay good. And you don't have to spend $1 million to look like $1 million. Yeah, you should. It's like my literally it's literally my favorite scent.
It's cute. I like it. I don't prefer buttery scents, but I like it.
Okay, so T.
Yeah.
Can you start us off by introducing yourself with your name,
Okay.
age, occupation, and highest level of education completed?
Okay, so my name is Tyara. I go by T, so everyone can call me T. I am currently self-employed, and I am 21 years old. My highest education level was high school. I graduated high school. I had my GED. I did graduate online. I was in high school during the pandemic. I went to high school for about a month, and then around that time, I decided I was going to go to school online, and then the pandemic actually started right after that, and it was just made sense that I had stayed online. So I went to school online for 4 years, and that allowed me to focus on other things. I was a powerlifter at the time, so that allowed me to focus on that, and I also had a little karate school going on, so I was able to focus on a lot of other things during high school, which was great. I really liked that, getting the opportunity to do that.
All right. And so you were and so have you lived in Pennsylvania your whole life, basically?
Basically, I did live in Arizona for a year, and then I moved back.
Okay.
That was interesting. That was an interesting year. That was a very interesting year. But I would like to move around for sure. I currently don't have the capacity for that, and I like the area that I'm in right now. But in the future, I would like to live in different places, maybe even different countries.
What's like a city internationally that you'd like to travel to?
Thailand.
Okay.
That's a country, but
Yeah.
maybe somewhere in Thailand that would be nice. Maybe by the beach.
I love how there's a
condo by the beach.
Is it a city or is it a city or a nation, or it must be a city or a state, I guess, or a region in Thailand called Fuck It. Have you heard about this? It's like the greatest.
Phuket?
Yeah, it's probably not pronounced that way, but
I like it. That's funny.
it's
I
spelled
like that.
Fuck It.
Yeah, it is spelled Fuck It. It's pronounced Phuket, but yeah, you can say Fuck It.
Wait, hold up.
I think it's pronounced Phuket. Now, don't quote me on that, y'all.
Wait, I have a soundbite for this. Come, I have a soundbite for everything. And what's a city in this country that you've never been to that you want to visit?
Oh, I feel like I've definitely been around a little bit, but not in California. I definitely want to visit California, Oregon, Washington. The West Coast. Yeah, the West Coast. LA. I've been to San Francisco. I don't remember it very well, but I want to go to LA, maybe that area. San Diego, maybe?
It's
just
awesome
California.
there.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about the weather. Cost of living, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Other than that, definitely just to visit.
But I noticed that like Denver and San Diego are way more affordable than Las Vegas. Like Las Vegas was outrageous to me.
Really? Have you lived in Vegas?
No.
Oh, just for like cost of living overall.
Yeah, no. I just took a vacation out there on March 1st. I spent like a week there. I was outraged by having to pay $20 for one bottle of water while I was there, and that was like
That's Vegas.
That's fucking
that's
bullshit.
Vegas. Yeah, that is Vegas. Denver's nice. I like Denver in the summertime. You're never going to catch me there in the wintertime unless I'm skiing, and I don't know how to ski. Maybe I'll learn how to do that. But
you gotta learn.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's fun.
I must have been. Yeah, I think I've been to Denver at least twice. Once in the wintertime and once in the summertime, and they were both like.
They were cool.
Yeah, it's much better in the summertime when you can walk around with like a t-shirt and shorts and not have to be like freezing your your
ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say you own a company of your own?
Yes. So I used to say that I have a small business. Now I'm gonna change up the vocab here because a small business is categorized as owners having employees. Now, I do not have any employees. It's just 2 co-owners running the company, itself. So technically, I just consider us self-employed. Now, I'm partners. I'm in this partnership with my dad. We co-own this company, and he does the driving, and I do the dispatching and paperwork. So it's a pretty small little situation that we have going on, but it works. Pays the bills, gets things taken care of. I'm exposed to a industry with a lot of men. So it's a very male-dominated industry, and I think I'm getting a lot of good experience working with that. I never saw gender in the workplace like that, but I get that from a lot of people like, oh, you're the only woman that I know that works in this business, and so I figured that was worth mentioning. Thought that was interesting.
Okay. And
that never bothered me.
And what's your range of where you transport to?
Okay, so we're definitely in most of the states, the lower 48. Mm-hmm. We do not travel into California because in order to travel into California as a motor carrier, you need what's called a CARB, C-A-R-B, and it's basically like a permit from the California government that you can drive through the state of California. It has something to do with like diesel emissions and things like that. We just never applied for the CARB and went through that. It wasn't necessary, but we definitely stick to all the other states. I mean, as long as there's, a nice hub of routes and loads, we go to that area. We don't like to go to dead zones. I try to avoid dead zones, preferably.
Okay, and
a dead zone would be an area of low volume.
Yeah, Centralia, Pennsylvania. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay.
Pennsylvania is a generally good state.
Well, Centralia, Pennsylvania is a old coal miners' town. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's probably at its, peak, maybe there was, 100,000 people living there back in the past. And then the coal mine lit on fire. And they had to evacuate the whole town. So now it's just this abandoned town with a fire burning underneath it.
Yeah. What we call dead zones in the trucking industry would be places with, low volume. If you have low volume, obviously your routes aren't going to pay as much.
Okay.
So places with higher volume are better for carriers.
Okay. I was just thinking about that. So Alex, Silent Hill 1 was a classic. I saw that they made Silent Hill 2. Do you have any interest in watching that one? And T, what about your movie preference? What's your favorite genre of movie?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I don't watch enough TV to answer this question.
Okay.
Movie, my favorite genre of movies. I can tell you what I don't like. I don't think I have a favorite. I can't tell you what I do like, but I can tell you what I don't like.
What's that?
I'm not a fan of horror movies.
Okay.
At all. It definitely messes.
Okay, I won't. Okay, I won't be watching that then.
Okay. I'm definitely not a horror movies fan. I feel like a lot of people are a fan of horror movies and sci-fi horror. No, I'm not a fan of that. Definitely messes with my mental.
Okay. So you're a fan of comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love comedy, action. I mean, as an adult, I still love cartoons, like the funny ones. I think those are adorable. Like, I don't have a favorite genre of movie. I love the Michael Jackson biopic. I was obsessed with that for a little
I
while.
still haven't seen that yet.
I love that. I was obsessed with him for like a week or two, and I was doing like a whole bunch of research on him. I just thought it was so cool.
Do you think that he's totally innocent? Like, do you subscribe to that belief, that like conspiracy theory that like they were trying to set him up and that he?
Yes, I do. See? Yeah, see, Alex, there we go. We can agree. I think the way that he portrayed himself did not... I think the way that Michael portrayed himself did not help the media. You know, it helped the media ridicule him. But I personally believe, in my personal opinion, that he was innocent of the things that they accused him of doing. But I think they accused him of the things that he did because, you know, of the position that he was in, the so-called power that he had. You know, I think that's what it was. I think I'm definitely not for the elites doing what they do. I definitely subscribe to those conspiracy theories for sure.
Okay, and then and so what kind of hobbies do you have for recreation?
For recreation, okay, I'm a very active person. I have a lot of energy. I'm kind of like... Exactly, exactly. Just what he said. He just explained it perfectly. Yep. Personally, that's what I believe.
Okay. So your
Anyway,
hobbies.
Hobbies, yep. I've got a lot of energy. I like anything athletic. I do not prefer team sports. When I was younger, I did track, and then I did karate for a couple years, and then I became a sensei, and then I moved over into powerlifting. I powerlifted all through high school. And, let's see, ever since I was like, I don't know, 13, 14 years old, I've been hitting the gym. So now gym is like my big thing. I go like 6 days a week. I mean, I'm not super shredded or anything like that, but I just love it. It's like my own personal therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm getting into, I wouldn't say getting into, I've been social dancing for about a year now. So that would be like salsa, bachata, merengue, cha-cha. And I'm thinking about taking classes with a friend. So we're going to start taking like classes and learning more of the styles and things like that and how to do that better. But so far I've just been attending social dances, and that's like one of my weekend hobbies that I love to do. I would actually like to try ballroom dancing. That's something I always kind of wanted to try and would be really, really excited to try. So dancing for sure is one of my hobbies. I like bodybuilding. I like the work ethic and everything that has to do with bodybuilding. But me personally, I enjoy food way too much to be a bodybuilder.
What's up, Jamie? When I was a few years ago, when I went to San Diego, I went salsa dancing in the park.
It's fun,
like
right?
it's cool. Yeah. Did you do any dancing at Midnight in the Wicked when I saw you there last week?
No, I did not.
No.
But, I mean, Midnight in the Wicked it's not really a social dancing club. I prefer to go to Brazil's. Brazil's is like...
Where's that?
It's in Old Town.
I like chips and salsa. Wait, it's in Old City, you said?
Old Town, Old City, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm not really good with the Philly area, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's over there. They are more like a social dancing club. That's their thing.
Okay.
I think they do lessons, too. I haven't taken their lessons yet, but I would like to. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've always naturally been a good dancer. I don't want to, toot my own horn here, but that's what I've been told.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a quick learner as a follower. So the women in this situation are the followers. The men are the leaders. I feel like if you have a good leader and you're a quick learner, all you have to do is follow the leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it works with, social dancing.
And then, what is your relationship status, and what is the duration of your longest relationship?
I'm currently single. I would like to stay that way. I like it that way. My life is a little chaotic. I never really been in a relationship, to be honest. Like a long duration type relationship. I've dated a couple guys, but I've never really been in a relationship at this point in time. I've been focused on my career, focused on, education and just hustling in general.
And how long do you want to keep it that way?
That's a great question. I feel like I would know what I want when the time comes, which doesn't feel like anytime soon, only because, like I said, yeah, we could be dance partners, but that's the only kind of partner that I'm looking for.
He lives in Edmonton, Canada.
Okay.
And he's super big into. He's a cool guy. He's a gym teacher, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, he goes to like concerts and dancing as like a hobby. I'm like, I
love dancing as a hobby, to be honest. I
I like to dance, but I need to be like summoned to dance. Like I won't go dance all on my own.
Anybody. Like I will take over the dance floor. Yeah. I've never gotten into rock climbing. I feel like I lack a lot of upper body strength.
Oh my God. So there was just a video I saw on the internet. These 3 men in Brazil are being tried for murder because this girl went bungee jumping and they like picked her up to like, throw her down bungee jumping, didn't attach a cord to her. These 3 Brazilian men just dropped this girl off a cliff. I know I shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny, but like.
No, you can laugh. But what? Like what? What do you mean? They just picked her up and dropped her? Yeah,
they were the employees at like this bungee jumping place, and
what?
Nobody saw to attach her like harness or anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
she's just wearing like a helmet, a harness,
and they didn't attach the cords.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah, and then like
they just yeeted her off this cliff.
They just yeeted her off a cliff straight up.
We shouldn't be laughing. That's not funny. That poor girl. God rest her soul. Okay, so I was not ever really at any point in my time seriously thinking about bungee jumping, but now I'm definitely not seriously thinking.
I'm like
that was definitely discouraging.
I'm not into any of that shit. Like I don't want to skydive. I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to do anything that involves heights. Like I would scuba dive. I'm okay with depths, I think. Although like a lot of that shit like is dangerous too,
Yeah, I get it. Everyone has a different tolerance for adrenaline and what kind of adrenaline rush they're looking for.
Yeah.
So, I do want to go skydiving. I'm not in a rush to try it. Yeah. Skydiving. Skydiving for sure. Bungee jumping, not so much. I don't know. I've heard of a lot of like different kinds of injuries that you can get from bungee jumping. Like it just sounds like major whiplash. Like you're just, I don't know. Like that doesn't pique my interest. Skydiving sounds cool though. I'm not gonna lie. I would be okay with skydiving.
What are your spiritual beliefs?
Okay, so I'm not religious. I did grow up Catholic. I went to Catholic school throughout like elementary and middle school. So I was kind of raised Catholic, but I wouldn't say that my parents are Catholic. They just so happened to be raised Catholic as well, so they just kind of started me on that, but both of my parents never had any issue with exploring religion or spirituality or whatever belief that I may have. They were never strict about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Catholic school. I did, I was baptized. I went through all of the sacraments, et cetera, et cetera. And as I got older, I went through a lot of mental health issues, especially during the pandemic and during that time. Ooh,
Jeez.
that sounds terrible. Anyway, I during that time, I was kind of like on my last straw of like what I felt like something that I was looking for something to help with that, and I discovered meditation. And I think that's where my spiritual journey really started. I had just started meditating just to keep myself calm, keep myself grounded, basically as like a last straw attempt. And it worked. It really helped. I hated it that it helped because I had denied it for so long. But it helped, and I feel like that's where my spiritual journey began. And that's... Yeah, and I was one of those people that... if you tell me to do something, I'm going to either do the opposite or I don't really want to do it. And I was told to meditate, and I hated that. So the fact that I had, tried to deny it for so long, and then eventually I ended up doing it, I was like, you know what? I've tried everything else. Let me try this. And yeah, I think it helped a lot. Yeah, exactly. And then I ended up finding psychedelics. And I think that was a big deal for me.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, specifically mushrooms. I didn't try anything else. I prefer, natural herbs, whether that's marijuana or, mushrooms. I prefer to stick to those natural things. And I feel like I did a lot of research on it. I tried to do as much research as possible about how to use it medicinally and traditionally. So that's how that's how I went about it. And I think that was the turning point. Like, I kind of felt like a calling to try mushrooms. I don't know how to explain it, but there was like a calling to try them. And that was definitely the turning point of like getting better and feeling better and progressing. Yes, I am religiously on ashwagandha. I feel like
Is this a psychedelic drug?
No,
or
ashwagandha is like a root. It's I think it's a root. It's an herb that you take for stress.
Uh-huh.
It's like a supplement. Like
okay.
I'm trying to compare it to something. Like I don't know what I can compare it to, but it's just a plant herb, and it's supposed to help you with like your stress levels. And I take it like religiously every single night. Yeah, it lowers your cortisol levels. So I take ashwagandha and magnesium every night, and I feel like that helps tremendously. That's definitely something I take all the time.
So I'm clean and sober for 4.5 years, and like I've gained a spiritual experience through certain 12-step fellowships, but before I had a holistic spiritual experience, I used to simulate having that with like LSD. I would take a bunch of LSD, and I mean, I'm not gonna make a recommendation, but if you've never tried LSD, give it a try. It's a fun time.
Okay, with the mushrooms, I feel like I feel like people, they take those things. I want to say medicine. I call it medicine because that's how I treat it with respect. I treat those things with respect, and I try to use it in a traditional manner. So that wasn't me. I was definitely like the microdosing girly when it came to mushrooms, and I think I had like I basically had like one trip, but it wasn't like 7 to 8 hours. It was like maybe like 2 hours. So I would like take the mushrooms and then meditate, and it would basically just enhance my meditations. So I feel like I had like one quote unquote trip. The rest of it was just basically microdosing. But I feel like that one trip alone helped me with so much. It got better from there. Like it was like almost like clarity. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, maybe one day I'll be open to trying LSD, but I'm not a big trips person.
Yeah, it's
definitely been like, people freak me out about it.
It's
going on a bad trip is like my biggest fear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a few of them, but not on LSD. LSD is super mellow and tame. So if I'm not gonna give a recommendation. I think the ultimate recommendation for life is just to live a lifestyle that is so fulfilling that you don't need to alter your state of consciousness all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like.
Well said.
To those who are able to like responsibly engage in like some recreational drugging, I think a little bit of weed, a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of LSD.
Be responsible kids.
Okay.
Interesting. Your mom and your dad are the plug. Huh?
All right, so let's pivot a little bit and talk about investing. So, who was the person who introduced you into investing, and how have they shaped your outlook upon capitalism and free market economics?
So the person who I would say introduced me, I don't want to say investing. I want to say personal finance.
Mm-hmm.
Because genuinely, I knew nothing about personal finance at the time of when I'm thinking back right now. I didn't know the difference between a credit card and a debit card. Mind you, I was like maybe like 14 years old. I feel like when my dad started to introduce me into these things, I started asking him questions about personal finance. And then I personally became very interested in it. Just me and my own curiosity. I was pretty good at math in school. You know, I just loved personal finance. So I went on this little personal finance journey, and interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, I feel like I was introduced to I started with the idea of personal finance and studying personal finance. Now, I went to online school, so one of the classes I got to pick, I was always into business and finance. That was my two main things. So I would choose to take electives or classes, whether it was business or personal finance. And I loved the idea of like getting your shit together. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I grew up in a household that didn't have their shit together. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get my shit together.
Okay.
And then I just progressed from there, understanding how to build wealth and, how to just become successful. My main goal was just to become successful. Now, I wanted to study how to become successful, whether that was in business or... I feel like I never followed the traditional path. I was always like, if I put my energy somewhere, I'm going to succeed no matter what. Like, that's the way I think. I believe in manifestation as well. If I put my energy somewhere, there is no failure. Even if you quote unquote fail at something, I believe in redirection. I don't think I ever fail. You either win or you learn. So I started with that. And then, over time you study more and you learn about investing and you're like, oh my gosh, I should get into this. So I definitely started getting into investing at an early age. I tried to learn as much as possible. Like I said, I was in online school, so it allowed me to learn as much as possible with the topics that I was interested in. So that's, reading, for example, like The Snowball. I haven't read it yet, but I would read a lot of books on that. I started, the first book that I think I started on for personal finance that was recommended to me, I guess through social media, was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like my introductory book. So I didn't have...
What do you think about
I just kind of went for it.
What do you think about Robert Kiyosaki and his opinions on this shit?
I haven't been following him recently.
So he's like
currently, I think he's a Republican, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he is.
That part I don't agree with, but I agree with everything else that he, like, I feel like you can learn from different people. You just pick the information out of each mentor, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, you can learn from different people, but you don't, every investor has their own style. You have to make your own investment style. You can never, you know, one person can tell another person this, but that doesn't mean it's going to necessarily fit their investment style. Everybody has to have their own strategy. Everybody has to build their own mindset, etc., or their own grid, their own playbook. Every investor has to build their own playbook. So I feel like I took a lot from him as a beginner. I took a lot from him. And actually, that book encouraged me to buy my first property.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm really, like, dive head deep into things. Like, I'm definitely impulsive. So as soon as I finished reading that book, I was like, I want to invest in a property, like some kind of investment property.
And what kind of a property is it, and where is it?
So the kind of property that we ended up purchasing, I spoke to my dad about it. He wasn't into this, but I ended up convincing him because I was only like 15 or 16 at the time. And I kept saying to him, like, yeah, I want to invest in a property, like something. This is what I want to do. I want to do something. Like, I want to do this. And we ended up purchasing, this was really weird. It was a weird situation, but we ended up purchasing 40 acres over in Arizona by the Grand Canyon. And now that's like our little ranch. It's interesting. We purchased that property initially to start an Airbnb business because over by the Grand Canyon, there's not a lot of hotels, there's not a lot of places to stay, and there's like at least 5 million people visiting the Grand Canyon every year. Now, we had discovered this issue personally because we flew into Vegas for vacation, and then we drove all the way down to the Grand Canyon. We wanted to stay overnight over there, and we found out that there was nowhere to stay. So we said, okay, there's a market here. There's a problem here. Let's try to solve this problem. Now, we went about it. We purchased the property, and we said, you know, why don't we try this? You know, YOLO, whatever. Why don't we try this? We tried it. We set it up. There ended up being an HOA on the property that doesn't allow campgrounds or Airbnbs, etc. So, unfortunately, that did not work out. But like I said, I believe in redirection. I think it wasn't a losing point. It was a learning point. And it redirected me to start our trucking company. So I said to myself when I was like a teenager, I said, I don't really care what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a business owner. No matter what, I know I'm going to be a business owner. My mom was a business owner. My dad had encouraged it when we were younger. Initially, I was planning on taking over our karate school. But I said to my dad, I was like, you know, this isn't really the market I want to be in. I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a business owner. Like, it was a business, but I didn't see it making the profit that I wanted to be seeing, you know. I believe that we could have been redirected to something else.
And, like, this is my general opinion on, like, when I have kids, I'm going to get them into like being owners. You could call them business owners, or just being owners in assets at a very young age. Like, because I was thinking, like, I always think, like, I was a big collector, right? My entire life, I collected Pokemon cards, I collected Crazy Bones, I collected Pogs and Beanie Babies and comic books and all this shit. And I never collected stocks until I was 30 years old. Yeah. If every time when I was like a 8-year-old and I wanted to buy like Pokemon cards,
wow, okay, I guess I have to take a look at that.
Interesting. But so I would like, I don't know, shovel driveways, rake leaves, do all that stuff just so I could buy like fucking Pokemon cards or a video game or whatever. If I wish somebody would have, when I was at that young age, been like, all right, you can buy yourself Pokemon cards, but for every pack of Pokemon cards you buy, I want you to also buy like a share of fucking Amazon, Google, whatever.
Or like an ETF,
index fund. Because at that time, like these companies, these $500 companies were probably trading around $10, $20 a share. And like I mean I'd be super rich. So now when my friends have young children and it's like their birthday, everybody's buying them J's, Nikes.
Why are we not buying them gold, people?
I Thanks, Jamie. See you.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
So instead of buying them Nikes that they're gonna grow out of in 6 months, like I'll buy them shares of Coca-Cola. I'll buy them shares of.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, I think that's totally ideal. I got into it. My dad had like a little, he had a little account, and I would ask him. He would tell me about it, and then I would ask him about it, ask him how it works. Then when I learned about it, and I was like, you know what? Can I open my own account? Can I open my own account with you? Can I start doing this? I think this is so cool. I think, after learning what I've learned, that you should not just work hard for your money, but make sure that your money also works hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, I think that was great, starting at an early age. Not that I've accumulated a lot of wealth over that time, but I think it was good to learn about it so young and be introduced to it. And I'm kind of a nerd about it. Like, I don't think everybody's as interested in this as I am, and it's great finding mutuals who are interested in it, because sometimes I'll try to tell people about it, and they're just like, no, I'm not interested in that. I'm like, you're not interested in...
You're not interested in being rich? Like, what are you interested in?
Okay,
like,
sorry, that's been my goal since I was like a little. Sorry, my bad. I'm interested in being successful, wealthy, etc., etc. But I guess not everybody's got that hustle in them, that little voice in the back of their head that's constantly telling them you're not doing enough. You can do more. You can do more. You can do more. You can do more.
Those people just want to go to their employer and say,
their little job, to their little 9 to 5, and they're happy with their little 9 to 5, and they're happy with their little, I personally am just like, it's never enough. Like, I can always do more. I can always work harder. I can always get more. My goal, I feel like one of my life goals, assuming that I've already in my head, like, convinced myself that I'm going to be successful, I would like to be a philanthropist to help other people. I remember when I was very young, I always told myself, I used to pray, being Catholic and everything like that, I used to pray and say to God, if I become super successful, rich, etc., wealthy, I want to help other people. That's what I want to do with my money. I want to help other people in any way, shape, or form that I can. That's what I want to do. I want to help people who are in the same situation I was in, or in worse situations than me. That was always my thing when I was little. And I still feel like I would like to keep that promise to this day, and I enjoy it. I enjoy giving back. Like, genuinely, I think if you're a grateful person and you're grateful for everything that you have in your life and you're happy, giving back feels amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like a lot of people give back just like as a tax deduction. No, I genuinely want to give back, and I genuinely want to help people. I would love to be a philanthropist.
Yeah, I believe ever since Trump took office the first time, it's not even like you can't even donate charitably for tax purposes unless you're spending like it's like a lot of money. Like you can't deduct like $100 or $500 tax deductions anymore. It needs to be like I think at least 75,000 and maybe even much more than that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, which I guess I kind of support because it's. Like,
I can see how.
You should be donating out of the kindness of your heart, not
for
because
the deduction. Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep on alternating between investing and business and also dating. Would you rather a guy who texts you every single morning, "Good morning, beautiful," or would you rather a guy text you every single night with a "You up?"
I feel like okay, if any women are out here watching, I apologize if this answer is not pretty obvious, but obviously the first one.
Okay.
Not the latter.
Would you like that though? You would like a guy to text you, "Good morning, beautiful," every single morning?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, that wouldn't bother me.
No.
I love attention.
Okay.
I have no problem. So I just actually started getting into astrology, and like I never believed in astrology initially. I always thought it was like some kooky shit.
Yeah.
But I'm an Aries, and come to find out that attention is one of like our things. Being impulsive, being the way I am, I feel like is very Aries coded, and one of the things we like is attention. Now I never noticed that. It was always like a subconscious thing, but yeah, I mean I love attention. I have positive attention, of course. There's positive attention and there's negative attention. But yeah, I have no problem with like being passionate and like if you have a partner, I feel like that is depends on your love language too. Like I think I'm not good with like dating and relationships and stuff like that. That was never my focus. I was always trying to put my energy in my career. But yeah, I mean, I would kind of expect a guy to say good morning and good night, but definitely not the you up text. Like that's just what that's leading to. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I
I expect to be showered with love, with
Okay.
passion.
What about and all right, so in your opinion, what are the characteristics that make up a high value man?
Wow, you're asking me some tough questions, man. Okay. These are the kind of questions I hate answering, y'all. So anybody who's watching, these are the kinds of questions I absolutely despise answering. What are values in a high... I don't know. This is something I never even asked myself. You're asking me questions on the spot that I have to sit here and think about. I don't want to use the words high value man, but I feel like there are standards that women should uphold themselves to. Of course, allowing and understanding that you are a woman who values and deserves these things. Like, if someone is showing you love and giving that time and energy and pouring that into you, I think, reciprocation of energy is a big thing between both partners, either one. Both sides should be reciprocating energy. If one person is pouring everything into you and the other person isn't pouring that same energy in back, we should redirect our energy to something else. But I don't know. What are qualities of a high value man? That's a great question.
What about fitness?
I think qualities of a high value man differ from person to person. Everybody has preferences. Some people are introverts. Some people are extroverts. For example, I'm an extrovert. So a guy that's super introverted and doesn't like to do certain things isn't going to want to partake in things with me. I feel like what somebody looks for in a man differs from person to person. Not even just a man, just in a partner in general.
Okay.
I feel like that differs from person to person. So I feel like I couldn't effectively answer that question.
Okay. And so do you not want, I guess you don't want to answer what makes like a high value woman then, obviously, right?
Yeah. I feel like growth is a big thing here.
Okay.
Like you can consider yourself valuable at one level and then grow over time. Like you have a certain amount of value now. Like, for example, if I want to go back to school and go get a degree, for example, that would be increasing my value. That would be investing back into myself and increasing my value. So therefore your standards would be, I'm assuming your standards would be changing a little bit. As my business progresses or as I progress in my success, I think my standards are going to evolve and they're going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would definitely skip that. I think that's different for every person.
Okay. Do you have any icks? And
Yeah,
when I say
like,
icks,
I have some like deal breakers.
I want to all right,
like
so
we can do like deal breakers.
All right, let me hear your deal breakers first, and then after that, I want to hear about your irrational icks. So like, when I think of irrational ick, I think of like a girl.
I'm like kind of OCD and kind of a perfectionist. So for some people, that would be like an irrational. I would probably have irrational icks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about like I've heard some women say like a man who carries an umbrella in the rain is like an ick.
That's really irrational.
Yeah, like so like.
Maybe I am more practical. Maybe I'm
All
like
right.
that's stupid.
So what are your deal breakers?
Hygiene. Hygiene is one of my deal breakers. Being on the more conservative side. I'm not very conservative, so being like a conservative and with this administration, if you're totally agreeing with our current administration, that would definitely be a deal breaker. That's just me personally. What else? I'm sure I had a list. My God. Wow. I'm like drawing a blank here. I know I literally had a list. Oh God, mentally I had a list.
Like I can like jog your memory,
Yeah.
I guess. What about like a brokey? Like he's just.
I feel okay. So that didn't used to be a deal breaker for me, but like I said, over time as you grow and you become more successful, I think you should be dating your type financially. The same way men would say like, I'm not gonna date you if you're not attractive.
Yo, what's up, Dave? Okay, yeah. So like,
I think people should date their like you have a type, quote unquote, a type when it comes to attractiveness. I think generally speaking, people should date their type financially speaking, because if you're with a partner, like in a relationship, and that person doesn't have the same motivation, the same goal, not the same goals, but goals in general. Like let's say you're.
My sister says that that I'm way louder than you. Can you like scoot your? I'm gonna scoot your mic.
Yes, my bad, y'all. My bad.
You're all good.
I'm like super far.
And I'm gonna scoot mine away from me so that way. Okay.
I think, like I said, over time your mindset's gonna change. I think it's difficult to date. Okay, a big deal breaker for me is someone with no goals, someone with no motivation, someone who can't keep up with my shit. Like I jump from place to place, here, there, yada yada. Like I be everywhere. I feel like if my partner can't keep up with me, like what's the point? Like I said, everybody's different, but when it comes to financially speaking, I think you should date somebody who's financially your type. I think we should be running in relatively the same tax bracket. I mean, I feel like it can differ from men to women. But like, I feel like a super wealthy guy would not want to date a super broke woman because they're going to have a different, it's the mindset. I feel like it's the mindset there. Not necessarily the materialistic things. I think it's the mindset that it requires you to have that kind of success, to get to where you were. The work that you did.
I think the financially fitter I become, the less I prioritize a woman's financial fitness, and the more I prioritize her like complementary skills, like around cleaning my house, or like how can it like I think that couples should like complement each other in ways,
exactly.
So if I'm able to bring a bunch of money to the table, I'd like her to be able to like keep a home super well, or like raise the pets or whatever.
See, I feel like that was bare minimum. So I don't like to play like female and male roles, because I feel like I do personally feel like I have more masculine energy. So, but there are certain things that I feel like most people should know how to do. Like I feel like you should know how to take care of yourself. You should know how to keep your place, like there are certain things that people should know how to do as grown adults to take care of themselves and not rely on somebody else. Like, I don't really like a mama's boy, because, that preferably, because I don't want to like be with a guy and his, mom is cleaning up after him. Like, I feel like you should be able to take care of himself. Like, I don't know. That is an ick for me, I think. Like a severe mama's boy.
Okay.
Like with no goals, no ambitions, et cetera, et cetera.
I have no goals.
Like, what do I do? Like, you just play video games all day, dude. Like, get your ass to work, please. I don't know. Like, I cannot be more motivated than you. If I'm with a partner, I want you to be motivating me. I don't want to be the motivator in that relationship. I mean, I don't mind being the motivator, but like, again, energy reciprocation.
Yeah. So, okay. So what about like fashion and style? Like if
I haven't been picky about that before, but I do prefer a man with, I prefer a man with style. Like if I'm going to go out and I'm going to dress really nice, I don't want to be like next to a bum. Preferably. Yeah. But you can fix, I feel like that's a fixable thing.
Oh, for sure.
That's something, like, let's say they personally say, like, oh, I don't have any style. I'm just unable to, but I'm willing to let you style me. Let's go shopping together. That's fine. Like, we can fix your style. You don't have to come with style. I can fix it. We can fix it together.
Yeah, that's
we
like
can help each other evolve in that space.
That's what I hope to achieve with my podcast. I like to
talking about fashion and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are talking about perfumes. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite perfume or a favorite cologne for guys that you know of?
I do not have a favorite cologne. I think with colognes and perfumes, every single person is different because of the way the cologne and the perfume mixes with your pheromones. So for every person, it's going to be different.
Okay.
Like, my favorite perfume at the moment, I can't remember the name, but it is an Arab perfume. I definitely have, like, kind of taken a deep dive into the Arab perfume space. I just don't remember the names, but I love Arab perfumes. That's, like, my thing.
What is it? Arab.
They're Arab.
Okay,
Arab
gotcha.
Perfumes.
Okay.
And I like the price point. I'm not gonna lie; they're usually very affordable. But my favorite perfume used to be C by Giorgio Armani. That was like my signature. And now I have like kind of like a floral, citrusy perfume. I'm gonna pull it up right now because now I'm really interested. People keep asking me about it. Every time I wear it, they're like, "Oh my God, you smell so good! Oh my God, you smell so good! What is that?" But I've given it as a gift, and people say like, "It doesn't smell the same way on me as it does on you," you know. So I feel like every guy has to find their tones and their undertones that match with their skin and their pheromones, because every cologne reacts different. Like I remember I bought my dad a cologne, and I tried it out before I bought it for him, and it smelled disgusting on me, but it smelled immaculate on him. It was the way that it like
mixed with his pheromones.
Yeah, it is what it is. Every person has to find their own undertones that work with them, I think. I need to pull this up for real because I can't.
So what are your opinions on like a very lustful man who like cannot control his lustful urges?
I feel like you need to grow the fuck up.
All right. So
you're not a beast, you're a man. Let's be gentlemen here. Let's bring back gentlemen. Let's bring back chivalry.
Well, women killed chivalry, and
okay. Well, how did women kill chivalry?
They all right. So like, what is the like number one incentive that men have from courting and dating women?
What's the number one incentive?
Yeah, and let's like let's not get PG about it. Like,
yeah.
What is it?
We all know what it is.
Is that
they all have one goal?
It's that WAP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like a man's goal via evolution is reproduction. I mean, that's just like hard drive programmed into your guys' brains.
Exactly. So what women did to kill chivalry is they stopped delivering their WAP to the chivalrous gentlemen, and they started delivering their WAP to the bad boys, the guys that text you up at 12 o'clock at night. The guys that
I understand your point of view.
Yeah. So what happens is that like gentlemen realize that they're fighting a losing battle and that they can either die alone or they can like adapt. And so what a lot of them did was they started to adapt to to be more of the bad boy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely like this is killing me that I can't find it. Oh my gosh. I found the other one that I have, but I can't find this one, and the bottle is so, I feel like, popular. Oh.
Okay, so I was going to say, hypothetically, you're on a, let's say, first date, second date, third date with a guy. I don't know when it is in the dating process that you finally go back to his house. You go into his bedroom, Maybe it's to watch like a movie or something like that. Watch the new episode of Euphoria or something like that.
I've never seen a singular episode of Euphoria.
It's
guys.
like it's.
I know what I've
You see a lot
I've
of
seen a lot
penises
of
in
like
it.
I've seen a lot of what's it called, like TikTok reels about it, but honestly I've never seen it, which is I'm not a big TV watcher. I did see Bridgerton, and like I watched all of Bridgerton, but honestly I'm terrible at watching TV.
Okay, so you go into his bedroom. Maybe you're gonna watch. I don't know. Who knows what you're gonna watch Bridgerton, and he just left open his like sock drawer. In his sock drawer is this big, sleek looking fleshlight. Do you know what a fleshlight is?
Of course I know what a fleshlight is.
All right,
I'm grown.
so he's got a fleshlight.
I like how you're sitting here describing it in detail. Like that's really specific, guys.
So he's got a fleshlight poking out of his sock drawer.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that he's a man and he's got business he needs to take care of.
And
But why did you leave the drawer open?
maybe
That's my thought.
Just,
I'll just sit over there and just like close the door. Like okay.
So you wouldn't think like this guy's a creep. This guy's a weirdo. Like
there would be other things that would make me think this guy's a creep and this guy's a weirdo before that. But if I'm like in this guy's room, like by then I would, be comfortable enough to be there.
Okay.
What
other kind of things would make you think a guy's a creep or a weirdo?
I don't know. It depends on their energy. It depends on the things that they say. I feel like you have to learn how to read people, and I like to learn how to read people through their eyes. I feel like the eyes are definitely the window to the soul.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Sometimes guys are really good at master. I don't want to say manipulators, but really, really good at trying to get that wop. And then they just they flip after that, and you're like, oh, that's the real you. Like before that, it was just like a show. Men and women do the same thing. It's not just a men. You put on a show for a date. You're a fake persona for that person for a little while, just trying to win them over, And then you learn who the real person is. I think you have to sit there and take time to learn who the real person is. Depending on every girl's gonna have a different like red flag. Like that's what we call them, red flags. Of what they think a guy, makes a guy a creep. Mm-hmm. Depends on your tolerance level, I guess.
Do you think that pornography is harmful for society?
For society or for specific people? Because as a society, I think being addicted to pornography that's on you. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's a person-based thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's harmful to society.
So you
I don't think I have an opinion on it being harmful to society itself.
You kind of think it's like the same as like alcohol, like
it depends. Like not there's alcohol and there are alcoholics, but not everybody's an alcoholic.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Exactly, it's the same with drugs.
Yeah.
Like Coke exists, but I'm not addicted to Coke. And I've never tried it, and I don't plan on trying it.
Coke is like, it's not that fun.
Exactly, and some people will think it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
So
Lana Rhoades, are you familiar with Lana Rhoades?
I've heard the name. I think, is she a porn star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard the name Riley Reid?
Yeah, also a porn star.
Yeah.
An adult. What is it? An adult
content creator.
Yeah, there we go.
They're whores. They're fucking whores is what they are. So they both got married to some fucking simps who would have them. Fucking pathetic cucks. They both got married, had children. They're trying to scrub their digital footprint from the internet now.
I think I did hear about that, yeah.
And so like they've gotten millions of dollars from producing hundreds of thousands of videos for the internet. Like what do you think about their attempts to do like what's obviously impossible, but like do you think they just sound stupid?
I think you should have thought about that before you did that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was kind of in my point of view, I think that was self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like, if you were planning on having a nice, family situation, and I think that was, like, if you're going to become an adult content creator, you have to think about the repercussions of your actions. I think that goes for everybody in any space. Like, you should think about what you're doing before you do it and realize that it can be permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, like absolutely. I not only having sex on camera for the entire internet to witness for all of history.
And you're getting paid for it, like.
You're a whore. But like, I think women should have. I would think women should practice like, what's the word, like caution and care before they have sex with anybody, even in
I think humans should in general.
Yeah, like there's.
I think everybody should be practicing safe sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why we had sex ed in high school, people.
But all right, so I know you're not a Republican.
Yeah.
What do you think about the like pro-choice debate?
I am personally pro-choice, but if, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and like fight with somebody over their topics because I understand psychology and how opinions, like the way that your brain forms opinions and viewpoints it's all psychology. So your experiences, the way you grew up, the way you think is all based on your environment. Everybody's allowed to have different perspectives. I don't need to agree with you. You don't need to agree with me, but we can coexist on the earth, in peace. As long as everybody's cool, I'm cool with you. You have your perspectives, I have mine, but I personally am pro-choice. And I feel like it would help to say that I really don't ever want to have kids.
Really?
Yeah. That's a little, I feel like I haven't met a lot of people who, I feel like I should have, but like, yeah, I think people always think that where they're like, oh, when you want to have kids? And I'm like, I don't actually want to have kids.
Do you want to be married?
That's another thing. I'm not sure I even want to be married either.
Really?
Yeah. I'm definitely so, like, I'm not sure who it commented, but like hyper independent, that being married is not a requirement for me.
You don't want to
it's not like I have to or I don't have to. I just don't. I'm not focused on it.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on relationships. I'm not focused on dating. I'm not focused on marriage. I'm not focused on any of those things. If those things come into my life, they come. If they don't come into my life, they don't come. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to let God allow what he wants to allow happen. Every time I try to focus on something and become a control freak, it stresses me out. It gives me anxiety. So I'm trying to let go of that control freak kind of attribute in myself. So if marriage comes into my life, it comes into my life. If it doesn't come into my life, it doesn't come into my life. But I'm not going to force it.
Oh, I like that answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, like peace and flow in life. I'm not trying to force anything because, I was raised by a single mom, and with my bio dad, it was like there was a lot of things. And a lot of people in my life don't have kids. Like I was raised by an aunt and an uncle. Like I had an uncle in my life who doesn't have any kids. My aunt never had any kids. A lot of people in my life never had any kids. And I saw that perspective and I was like, you know what? No, I was never interested in having kids personally. I was kind of like that since I was younger. But I realized that I don't need to follow societal pressure to have kids. I realized that this is a choice that I get to make on my own and that I really don't feel comfortable having children. Like that was never in the cards for me. I just wanted to be rich and successful. That was the thing I was focused on. I was never like focused on becoming a mom. I was focused on becoming, I don't know, a CEO or something like that, Now I don't plan on being a CEO, but I just want to be successful.
Okay.
And then I learned about the horrors of the birthing process. And I definitely was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool off that.
Do you agree with the body positivity movement?
In what aspect are we talking body positivity movement? Because I feel like every era it's different. Like in the early 2000s, I think it was like, everyone was too thin and what kind of body positivity are we talking here?
Specifically? It's very it's no secret that America is like morbidly obese. And,
definitely. Yeah.
And so
it's the food that we eat for sure.
Yeah. It's the food that we eat. It's the lack of exercise that we take. It's a lot of different things. But what is like a growing niche on the internet is like a bunch of.
I think the Ozempic is a problem right now.
Yeah.
Everybody looks like they're anorexic right now.
Yeah, there's insane. I don't think there's a lot of like data on I think like bone density is like deteriorating in people that
retinal
take Ozempic.
detachment is insane. Like your retina is literally detaching from your eyeball. Like there's so many side effects of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, like
It's crazy.
But so like when I say body positivity, I would mean there's like seems to no longer be like this like objective standard for what beauty is. Now it's kind of just like, oh, you're beautiful, and the word has kind of like lost all meaning.
I think everybody has a type.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like, there are guys who are like a thinner woman and there are guys who are like a thicker woman. It is based on, I feel like society creates problems that don't need to be created sometimes. Like, I feel like humans are causing, I don't want to say drama, but, you know, I feel like as humans, we stir up drama sometimes based on our own subconscious beliefs or emotions. Sometimes we can stir up stuff like that. If you like what you like, you like what you like. And just go after what you like. You know, everybody has a type.
So what do you think about...
You don't need to say, like, if you just don't find that person attractive, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to find everybody attractive.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have a type. Everyone's allowed to have a type.
What do you think about chubby chasers? People who, like, explicitly...
If you have a type, you have a type.
Yeah.
If you like a thicker woman, you like a thicker woman.
Okay.
That if you that's fine. You know.
I mean,
some people like 4 slices of cake. Some people eat 1 slice of cake. That guy just wanted 4 slices of cake.
But see, like I think I think that everything has a cost. Like I like 4 slices of cake, but I am unwilling to sacrifice 4 slices of cake because it will move me further away from my dreams. And we're like the name of this episode is if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough.
Right.
I have big dreams. So like I cannot...
I feel like I do too. I feel like that could be objective too, but yeah.
So I cannot like afford 4 slices of cake. Like could I theoretically afford 4 slices of cake? Of course. But like I don't want to be...
That's getting you farther away from your 6-pack.
Exactly. And I have dreams of having a 6-pack. And actually did you know that it is significantly more rare for a 35-year-old man to have a 6-pack than to have $1 million net worth? It's like it's actually like
that makes sense.
It's like easier
Do
to
you know how lean you have to be to have a 6-pack? Like when you actually measure the body fat percentage, it's like, I feel like guys, it can be a little bit different because they have testosterone based on your, you know, the hormones that you have going on in your body. But having a 6-pack is not freaking easy, people.
It's not at all. And
it's like a full-time job.
And part of this
learn how to love your body.
Part of this body positivity movement is like a lot of people saying like, oh, you're lucky. You have a fast metabolism. Like, I'm sorry. No 35-year-old man just has a fast metabolism and is able to just luck into a 6-pack.
Yeah,
like there's no such thing as lucking into a 6-pack. And it's not even genetic the same way. It's not even genetic. I would say that it's the same way that $1 million is. There's plenty of people who are given $1 million inheritances by their parents. There's not a single person who's given a 6-pack by their parents. Like they might have like really healthy, good genetics, but you can't get a 6-pack unless you like put the work in to get it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I've seen some people who are just blessed with a body like that, and I could say it was genetics, but I think where you live is a big difference because I've noticed that like when I travel outside of the country, everybody's much leaner. And when I eat food in other countries, I feel much better. Yeah. I feel like that can be a big factor.
Oh, yeah. Like, our food
like, we don't walk
trash.
a lot. Like, I feel like in Europe and those countries where everything is walkable, they do so many steps. Sometimes those 6-packs are a given.
Yeah.
I feel like location, environment's really important for the human body.
When I go on vacation, I, like, close my rings every single day. It's a guarantee.
I feel like let's be specific and say, you know, a 6-pack in the U.S., it's not that common.
It's not that common at all.
It's more difficult to get a 6-pack in the U.S. than in another country.
Yeah. Do you think the American dream is dead?
I feel like it depends who you ask.
I'm asking you.
I know. Do I think the American dream is dead? Now let's break down the American dream. What are we asking about here specifically?
I would say it's
Everyone's
like
view on the American dream is a little bit different. What are we
like,
specifically focusing on here?
like a generic
kids.
like a generic description would be a house, a kid, a golden retriever, 2 cars. And
Because I think your American dream versus my American dream is different, which is why I'm asking.
so what is your
As
American
a first
dream?
gen immigrant, it would be different for me.
Yeah.
I never subscribed to the idea of I don't think I ever did. Maybe I did subconsciously, but at this point in time, I don't think I subscribed to it. But I don't want to say that it's dead either. I don't know. It's not dead for everybody. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like
It's not dead for everyone.
I think it might be more alive for
But I never cared much.
first generation immigrants. It might be like more alive for you guys
Yeah.
because like I think a lot of Americans are just too used to
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
They were born into that comfortability.
Yeah.
We were not. We had to fight for everything and work our way to the top. That's why my biggest thing was always just to be successful. Because you have to sit here and you have to fight for every little breadcrumb that they give you.
Yeah.
You know? And you're not going to sit here and complain. You're going to go work your ass off to continue succeeding, you know?
Yo, Gabriel, fucking, Ninjas, sorry. For some reason, the paid super chats don't come in and get read out loud. But Gabriel just donated me $5 because he's a fucking gangster. Here, let me play a soundbite for you.
Thank you, Gabriel.
He says, Ninja, this Ninja's a legend. Love the episodes, bro. Let me see if I can find like a good soundbite to play for you, Gabriel.
I think for all my first gen immigrants out there, it's definitely a little bit different.
Gabriel, I wish you 1,000 years of prosperity, peace, and may you find a good, everlasting love that makes you feel warm
Say
inside.
a big booty baddie, but okay.
I hope you find a big booty baddie, some
He
girl
was trying to use nice words.
that doesn't have a BBL, a natural, just like cake, like a natural pair of cakes, and she's just like, and I hope that she gives you sloppy toppy and lots of whoppy, and yeah. So do you think that the college educational system is alive and well, or do you think that it is like
No, I didn't
deteriorating?
go to college. I mean, I don't know if it's deteriorating, but I feel like it's subjective to every person. What do you want to go to school? Like, what do you want to do in life? What are your goals? I knew that before I went to college. I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. If I was going to go to college, it was just going to be for business, finance, or entrepreneurship. So I was like, I found him on social media through Robert Kiyosaki. His name is Ryan Panetta. He's another guy who works in kind of real estate and stuff like that. He had said one time, I remember this very clearly. He said, if you want to become an entrepreneur, don't go to college to become an entrepreneur. Take the money that you're going to go to college with and actually open a business.
Yep.
Because you can never learn how to be an entrepreneur unless you go through the ups and downs. And there are very many downs that we never mention. There's a lot of shit that you have to go through, and there are growing pains. You have to go through those growing pains. Now, if you go to college, you're going to pay for those student loans, et cetera, and then you're going to go through those pains later on. I chose to go through those growing pains early on, personally. But at the same time, I had the confidence to do that. I understand not everybody has the confidence to do that. I'm definitely like a dive right in, confidence, impulsive kind of person. But if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, and that's what you like to do, and that's what you see yourself doing, I don't think you can become those things without going to college. I think that's a little far-fetched. You don't want somebody operating on you in the operating room who never went to school.
Yeah.
You can't learn how to be a surgeon overnight, you know? Depends on what kind of career
I don't
we're
even
going
think
into here.
I don't even think you want people overseeing and supervising your bungee jumping without having like some type of like
That's
education.
my point. So for me personally, college did not work out. I think for a lot of people, college can work out, but it all depends on your strengths, your weaknesses, your skills, your interests, your your motivation. A lot of people at that age, I feel like I was a little bit different. I knew where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, what my skills, what my strengths were, where I was valuable at that age. A lot of people at that age have no idea what they want. So college can help them discover that. Or, you know, you can always take a hiatus. That also depends on how much money your parents make. Let's say your parents can, you know, pay for your college. My parents could not. I would have had to go and get student loan scholarship, etc. So I didn't want to sign myself up for student loan debt knowing that that was what was waiting for me at the other end. And I also understood the market and the job market was so volatile. This was before AI, but I understood that the job market was so volatile, and I knew I didn't want to be a lawyer, an engineer, or a doctor, you know, the big couple. And I was like, if I don't want to do these things, why don't I, you know, like college didn't work for me. Not saying that doesn't work for somebody else, but it just didn't work for me personally. I think it can work for a lot of people though.
So your industry is built on, I would say your industry, maybe not necessarily your company, but your industry is built on the backs of like hardworking, responsible men. Do you have any gripes when like women on the internet get on their high horse in their shelters constructed and designed by men on smartphones and Wi-Fi networks invented and maintained by men to broadcast to a civilized society that was settled and colonized by men in a domestic nation with vast prosperity and wealth paid for by the blood of men in foreign and domestic wars? When these privileged yuppies spew their contempt for men, does it rub you any sort of wrong way?
The women.
Yeah, like when women say like, I don't need no man, I'd rather encounter a bear in the middle of the woods than a man, or
right.
They just like they hold men in contempt.
I don't know. I honestly don't know how to answer that, y'all. Because I feel like you're describing me to a T.
Well,
I feel like you're describing me to a T. I feel like I'm the people that you're describing. I feel like I need to keep my mouth shut.
You say like I don't need no man often?
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm super hyper independent, and like I feel like you just described me perfect. Well, I don't want to say like, but I feel like at one point in time I was definitely like a misandrist. So we're definitely opposites here.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I think I can be great friends with men. I think they can be so much fun. But yeah, I feel like you just described me. So I'm like, no, I don't know what to say.
Well, it may like.
I feel like women, if I'm going to agree with you, I can kind of see, if I'm going to agree with you at some point, I feel like some women can come off like, the same way as men can come off egotistical, women can come off egotistical too.
Yeah. I've never really thought about it like that until I started
has an
to.
Ego.
Yeah, like the word egos is I believe like a Greek word that means with self. So like we all have like an ego within ourselves that like protects our like mind from
pain and fear and all those emotions, yeah.
But I always thought that it was like a masculine thing to have this like huge ego.
Because I think society kind of programmed that.
Yeah.
Because an ego is a thing inside all humans. If we're talking about people, forget men and women. I like to focus on the soul.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a soul. A soul is not male or female. The body you were born in and the way society has brought you up starts to construct the idea between masculine and feminine. But if we start focusing on masculine and feminine energy as separate things and not as like, okay, this is a man, he's got masculine energy. This is a woman, she's got feminine energy. I feel like I never fit the feminine energy bill. Like I feel like I've always been like super masculine and tried to be like hyper independent and like I can do all this shit myself. Even when I was like 2 years old when I started doing this. Like my mom would tell me like I was hyper independent since I came out of the womb. I would always be like, no, I want to do this myself. That was just the way I was all the time. And I feel like if we focus on masculine or feminine, man or woman, we're not acknowledging that men and women have both. They can coexist.
Yeah.
And you can embody both. And I think awareness is really important here. Awareness of self is important.
So All right, so
But yeah, women can have an ego. The same way men can be entitled, women can be entitled. Everybody can be entitled.
So do you think that like 50-50 dating is like what makes the most sense?
No, I've never been fond of 50-50.
You want the man to pay for everything?
I don't want to say that he wants to pay for everything, but if he spoils me, I'm going to spoil him back. But that's what I was saying. You should date. That's why I personally would like to date somebody who's financially your type, you know, or you guys are on a similar level.
Okay.
Like, I think, like, the guy, I don't say that he has to pay for those things because I'll pay for it, but I want you to want to pay for it, you know? Because if it were, what I do is I put myself in this situation. I'm like, if I was a woman dating a woman, would I want to pay for all those things? And I just look at her and I'm like, hell yeah. You know, I would want to give her flowers every day. I would want to shower her with gifts every once in a while. And they don't need to be expensive gifts. Some people love expensive gifts. But if you just show appreciation and gratitude for what that person is doing for you, we don't have to talk price point here. We can talk like, you know, a cute little note in your lunchbox every day, fixing your lunch for you, or like it's just showing love and gratitude and appreciation for that person. Mm-hmm. I feel like people focus on the material a lot. If you learn to appreciate that person and the energy is being reciprocated, like I said, again, energy reciprocation. I'm not going to expect a man to pay for all my stuff and want to pay for all my stuff if I'm not reciprocating the energy back. I'm not going to sit here and just be like, as you should. Like, I'm not one of those girls who's like, as you should. I'm going to reciprocate the same thing.
I think, like, when I just laughed because when you said, like, I want him to want to, like, pay for everything.
I would want to.
Because, like, I think that.
Like, if I'm dating a woman and I make the most money, I want to spoil her. I want to buy her a house. I want to buy her a car. I want to make sure she looks great. I want to, you know, I want to make sure she's comfortable. I want to make sure my queen is comfortable.
I guess that's fair.
I always put myself in the man's shoes.
Like, I would want my girl to want to, like, clean my apartment and stuff like that.
And she will. That's what I'm saying. If, like, for example, I like to clean and I like my stuff tidy, what would piss me off is if the guy comes home and he makes a fucking mess like a child after I just finished cleaning. That would piss me off. But if I clean something, I don't mind cleaning the house. I love to cook a good meal. I would love to cook a good meal for my partner. Like, I don't always like to cook, but I know how to cook. And when I like to cook, I like to cook. You know, if you allow a woman to be in her feminine, like I said, there's masculine and feminine energy. If you're encouraging her to be in her feminine energy, a woman will in then turn encourage you to be in your masculine energy, and vice versa. It just depends on the dynamic of how the relationship is going, et cetera, et cetera. That's why you have to find your person. You can't just be forcing things with certain people.
So while we're on the topic, you said you love to cook sometimes. If you had a meal that you, like, let's say,
I was waiting for this.
The guy of your dreams walks into your life,
right?
And you had one meal to cook him from scratch to, like, knock his socks off. What meal would you choose to cook him?
Usually, what I do is I analyze I'll analyze them. I'm a big foodie. I like to talk about food. You go ahead and you ask the guy what kind of food do they like to eat. Do they have, some people have preferences. Are they? I don't want to say a picky eater. I'll say preferences. Some people don't like certain things, et cetera, et cetera. My go-to meal is definitely any, like, I feel like Puerto Rican dish. I feel like my go-to meal right now is, like, a nice home-cooked pollo or carne guisado. Like, I feel like that's something I cook all the time and I've really mastered. I don't know if you've ever had it, but pollo guisado or carne guisado is, like, my go-to.
Does that come on, like, a tortilla?
No. It's like a stew kind of.
Ooh.
And then you serve it with rice, or you can serve it with avocados, you can serve it with tostones, but it's never like one meal that I do to knock his socks off. I feel like it'll be like a meal when he comes home from work. Like, I don't know, a nice home cooked meal. Like, I'm not a pro cook, like, I'm not a chef. I'm not going to sit here and whip up some sushi or something. I'm not like that. I feel like a nice home cooked meal that makes you comfortable and, like, if let's say the guy has a preference for something, maybe I would cook that. I think it depends on the person. But for me at this point in time, I think it would be like a nice pollo guisado or carne guisado. Like, that's my favorite thing to cook, and it's easy.
Okay. And so
but let's say the guy likes steak, or he's like a bodybuilder and he has a specific meal. I can't go cooking I have to make him his measured 165 grams of chicken breast and broccoli.
That sounds really good.
It's not. Salt and pepper chicken breast and some broccoli.
No, I honestly I need to get back to that because like I was food prepping every single day, and I was just having white rice, chicken boiled, and shredded.
See, that sounds
and then
like my worst nightmare. I mean, I do it, but it's like my worst nightmare. I love flavored food.
See, my dreams are others' nightmares because my dream is not to eat a really good food. I've been there, done that. My dream is to have a six pack. My dream is to be
exactly. You have to study the person first.
My dreams scare me. That's how big they are. So, but but honestly, I do lack the impulse control, and a lot of the time, like I've been slacking on my diet, and that's like the biggest area of my life.
Discipline. Yeah.
Okay, but so you're on death row, and this is applicable because this week, like fucking Karmelo Anthony is on death row for stabbing Austin Metcalf in a physical altercation. Mm-hmm. Whatever. We could talk about that a little bit later. But let's say you're on death row and you have one last meal. What last meal are you choosing to have?
I've thought about this, and I feel like it would differ depending on what I felt like eating that week. Like, I feel like I crave something different every week. Like, one week it'll be like, I don't know, seafood boil. Like, I'm trying to think of something, I don't think that would be like my last meal, but I feel like it would definitely differ on the day. It would be what I was craving that day, because I definitely don't have like a last favorite meal. I think it differs depending on, and I've thought about that before. I'm like, I've had things where I'm like, man, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Let's say
I feel like this is what I would eat on death row, and then I change my mind later on.
Let's say I'm gonna kill you today, and what are you craving today as your last meal?
Probably pollo guisado.
Okay, all right.
That's what I've been craving lately. That's probably why I want to cook it.
What are you gonna drink?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't freaking know. What would I have with that meal? I think Cocorico. It's a Puerto Rican soda. It's a Puerto Rican coconut soda.
Do you like Jarritos?
Yeah, those are good too.
I drink way too many Jarritos. Or what's the one that comes in a can? Is it Umex? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, those are like juices, like nectar juices. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, those are good too. Yeah.
That's my shit. I love that shit.
Or like 5 minutes from now, it'll be like, I don't know, Korean barbecue. Have you ever had Korean barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Love Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I would never be able to choose, but for today, it'll probably be like carne guisado with avocados, tostones, and cocorico.
Okay.
For today. If you would kill me in the next 30 minutes. That's what it would be.
And how would you like to go out? What's the method of execution that you want?
You know what? That's funny that you asked that, because I've thought about that a lot. Great question. Probably the usual method of execution, just sleep via, what is it, IV? They use like an IV or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Medicinal.
I hate needles, so I don't want...
I hate needles too. I really do hate needles thoroughly. I thoroughly hate needles. And that's why I could never be a doctor. I can't handle bodily fluids and needles and gore, and I can't look at it like somebody opening an operating table and not flinch. Some people just not find that interesting. Huh? No.
I think I'd want to go out like a fucking firing squad.
I was gonna say jumping in a volcano or something, like something cool.
Nah, I just want to be up against some fucking rubble with a bandana around my eyes.
Maybe I would want to go, now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe I would want to go out via some form of psychedelic. Going on a trip and then just
overdosing on a shit ton of drugs. Yeah.
Because I currently at this point in time haven't had a full trip. I feel like going out on a trip would be kind of, you're just passing over into your next lifetime, and you wake up as a soul, and you're like, oh fuck, I tripped too hard. you're in heaven or whatever, wherever we go when we die, and you're just like, shit, I did too much. Got to do it all over again now.
Okay, so all right, so now I'm hungry, so I might as well.
We keep talking about food, man.
I might as well give a shout out to my sponsor. Guys, Father's Day is coming up, And I hope that you guys all have a father in your life because it's very important to have a father in your life. And if you want to get him something that he's going to really love, one, consider membership to the Good Faith Podcast. But also consider, guys, Holler Boys beef jerky. Now, speaking of fatherhood, Holler Boys beef jerky is owned and operated by a father-son duo in Middletown, Delaware. And they just started tinkering with their backyard smoker. They got flavors like Southern Barbecue, Fuego, Chesapeake, Peach Bourbon, Original, Honey Habanero. They will light your dad's taste buds ablaze. It's the only Holler Boys jerky is the only place that I go for clean, lean beef jerky that doesn't have any trash ingredients like preservatives, nitric acids. Holler Boys caters to a paleo or keto diet and features Worcestershire sauce, brown sugar, apple juice, soy sauce, and more. It's a high-protein food, which is why I incorporate it in my weekly snacking routine. For flavor for days that'll make you holler and stretch your dollar, go with Holler Boys Jerky. That's Holler Boys with an A. Visit hollerboysjerky.com. And I really do want to, spend a minute, praising Holler Boys Jerky because I've had many different sponsors over the past year and a half, and Holler Boy. Welcome to water. Welcome to water. Are you telling me to drink water? Oh, yo, what's up? What's up, Rich? I think it's Is it Rich? I think it's Rich. Maybe. Okay, here we go. We got a couple coming in. What's up, Kate? Love you too. So, I really do want to praise Holler Boys Jerky because I've had many, I've had about a dozen sponsors at my time in. I've had many different sponsors over the last year and a half to 2 years, and Holler Boys Jerky is that one sponsor that just set it and forget it. They just, they just continue to sponsor me when others have dropped out. So I really do appreciate you at Holler Boys Jerky. All right, so we got about less than 20 minutes. We got about 20 minutes left. Would you rather? You have to choose one. There's a genie. You rub on a lamp and a Indian genie comes out, and he's like, "Buddy,
how can I help you?
Just take this wish and go. I want you to make one wish and then go. You can either date a man who lives with his mother or a man who lives with his wife, and you have to choose. You cannot abstain from the choice."
A man who lives with his wife.
Oof. Do you want to dive deeper into that?
Because I would fuck his wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you into that?
Fuck the man.
Are you
fuck his wife?
Are you into that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pansexual.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means you don't like men or women. You like people. And I don't want to say, okay, I'm still kind of confused with how that works, but I always just say to people I'm just not men or women. I like people. If I like you, I like you. That's it. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and be picky about it.
Yeah.
Unless his mom is baddie. Then I'll fuck his mom.
Yeah, but then you...
The wife.
Okay. I actually think that's the more common answer. I think that more women would rather share a high value man than have a low value man all to themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, we can be besties. We can be besties. That man got money, we can be besties.
What was it? And there's a lot of studies on this that guys will go out, put a wedding ring on to simulate that they're a married man, and it actually gets them more girls than just
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
it makes sense, yeah. Interesting.
Um
But I would want her to know about it. I wouldn't I would want her to know about it. Like some sister wives type shit. Isn't that what that is?
you would want to be a sister wife?
No,
But,
not.
okay.
I mean, that's not like where I see my future going.
No, obviously, but
if I had to pick between the two.
Yeah. Yeah, like
And hopefully
you go out shopping.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are just like besties. And
Yeah.
you end up turning into like what is it called, a throuple or something
Yeah.
like that.
I would
definitely be more open to that than having to deal with this guy's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Hopefully,
T is downstairs and she's
Yeah.
messing up my rug.
yeah, and hopefully, he's very successful, and we have our matching Lambos and stuff like that. Just being Delulu here, y'all.
I do have a Delulu. Can you briefly outline, and like right before we get out of here, can you briefly outline your economic ideologies? And although we're not a fiduciary, if you had to put all of your money into one sector or one industry, where would you choose to be investing right now?
Oh my God, I don't know. Oh God, I feel like I'm definitely not well versed. I'm an investor, but I feel like I'm still an amateur, y'all. Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think whether it would be like I'm trying to think of something that would have the highest yield over time. If I would put all my money in one place, it would be something with a high yield. I don't want to say like a high yield savings account because that's like what 5-8%.
No,
it would have to be something
4% is the
like I'm
national
trying
average.
to think of what would have the highest yield at this point in time. What index or ETF would it be? I'm not sure.
It's probably like the safest
yeah.
high yield is probably just putting all your money into the S&P 500.
That's what I was
SPY.
thinking.
I
was thinking SPY, but I was like, right now we're at all-time highs. So at this point in time,
okay.
I'm like,
yeah.
That's why I'm like all-time highs. I know it's gonna go back down, so I'm like, yeah, an index or an ETF.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Or mutual. Yeah.
okay, but I feel like you have a similar economic ideology to me, which is like,
Yeah, I think we do.
it's just kind of like boring to
Definitely
just
don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard. That's why it's hard for me to make that decision.
What I like to do is I like to be like an actual individual stock picker. So
That's
I like
good too,
I like Microsoft, I like Apple, I like Coca-Cola, I like Philip Morris.
Yeah.
I just find it very boring to put all your money into the S&P 500.
No one should ever put all of their money in one basket. As an investor, that's like the key factor is that you have high risk, high reward, low risk, small. Like that high risk, high reward is like something I always say. So you just have, as an investor, you never put your eggs in one basket, and money moves around. Mm-hmm. Even big money, the big money, it moves. Like if you've been looking at Bitcoin, you can see the big money is moving. If we look at I haven't looked at the chart for SpaceX after the IPO came out, but I was talking about it the other day at the game when we were watching the game on Friday. SpaceX IPO'd and a lot of people bought in, and you gotta calculate volatility, volume, and things like that. But like I said, every investor is going to be different. The strategies are going to be different, and everybody has to create their own playbook based on their experience, knowledge, what they're comfortable with, emotional, stability, I guess, like their confidence levels. Everyone's going to have their own playbook and strategy. And you should be creating your playbook and strategy. If you're not creating a playbook and a strategy, people, you are gambling. Dude.
I was going to name to name this episode trade or plan your trade and then trade your plan. That's what they
That's exactly
tell people
what
to do.
options is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be a day trader. That's like what I would like to do. Mm-hmm. I currently trade options. Now, I'm not saying in the future I won't trade, Forex, crypto, futures, probably not crypto, futures, et cetera, just any securities. Right now I'm focused on options, but yeah, plan your trade your plan, mm-hmm. Find your strategy. You have to build your strategy. And I feel like I'm in the process of building my strategy right now. Takes a good 2 years.
Did you know that there's like,
find your edge.
There's extremely compelling data that women make better investors and traders because they tend to like set it in like the long-term value investing women tend to just set it and forget it. They don't like look. They don't open up the app and look at it every single day.
I definitely don't look at it at all. I look at it like once every 6 months or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't. So they don't overtrade. They tend to have much better like risk management mechanisms. So they take fewer risks. Like women are just better investors. It's
really?
just
I've never heard of that, but this is interesting. Yeah.
And Vanguard.
I feel like that's the ego too. You have to be careful with your ego as a trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like you need to
emotions and ego is like
have a hypothesis and say, I believe this will happen. If this happens, this is what I'll do. And then
this is my strategy.
Yeah, like as soon as your strategy is proven wrong, you need to like have that like discipline to be like, I was wrong, I'm out of here, you know.
I always stick to 1 to 3 trades max. That's my 1 to 3 trades max.
What's your like time for, you want to be a day trader? Like
I'm like I said, I'm an amateur right now. I'm just trying to build I currently don't have a strategy. I was working on a couple different strategies. I went live in like April and I was making some profit and then I blew like half of my account. And I have a tendency to like trade. I'm great consistently, whether it's green or red, I'm okay. Making consistent profit and then I don't know what it is, but it's like that's my current issue over the last year is it'll have one big red day and that's it. Not that it wipes out my account, but it's one big red day. It didn't wipe out my account, it wiped out my confidence. Yeah. So now I went back to the what's it called? The whiteboard, and I'm just like wiping everything from scratch and I'm like, okay, let me really focus on what the hell I'm doing here. Let me narrow down a strategy. Because I was paper trading for like a year trying to learn. And I feel like I learned a lot during that time because my biggest thing was like my psychology. Like my brain was everywhere. And I have no patience. Definitely know I have zero patience. I'm not impatient. I mean, I'm not patient at all. I'm very impatient. And I know that. I'm like, again, focusing on awareness and psychology and things like that. But now I'm to that point where I'm like, psychology doesn't matter anymore. You really just need a good strategy. You have your strategy. You find your edge. You look for that setup and you just trade that setup. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But focus, by then you should understand your risk management and where to set your stop losses. But right now I feel like I have to go back to the drawing boards in terms of finding a good strategy that works for me, not for other people, for me. Yeah. So I'm going back, back testing and things like that. But yeah, that's what I'm currently doing is trying to find a strategy. So come back to me in 3 years and we'll see where I am in terms of trading.
I think it'd be really cool if you're like super super successful in 5.
And I come back.
Like even 3 years. Like 3 years. I think the average learning curve for like a day trader, is like 2 years.
2 years is a beginner, and you're still a beginner. Yeah. Like it can take 2 years plus just to start becoming profitable. So I'm glad I was profitable after a year.
I want to show you. Like if ever I like see people who are like inspirational, I'll like send them your way. Like there's this one guy I was watching last night. He's known as the Einstein of Wall Street. Yeah. Maybe you've seen him.
Probably.
He's like he literally looks like Einstein, like bald and
yeah. I think I saw him on the School of Hard Knocks.
That's what I was watching last night.
When he took him on the floor. Yeah, I love the School of Hard Knocks.
Me too. That's like my favorite.
The School of Hard Knocks. Yes, I love that guy.
But he said that
biggest thing in the School of Hard Knocks was faith. You got to have faith. I feel like that was the very underlying thing for all of those billionaires, millionaires, and successful people. Having faith, believing in your faith. Faith is big here. Doesn't matter whether it's religion, spirituality, faith.
This is the Good Faith podcast. All we talk about is faith.
Yeah.
But that guy deals in anywhere from $500 million to $1 billion worth of transactions every single day of his life. Like he's a fucking
that's the big leagues.
Goat. Yeah.
Like I saw that. Okay, so I've followed a couple different mentors, and what I've been doing is just keeping my mind open and gathering a little bit of information from each person. Like you start here as a beginner. You don't even know any of the lingo. You need to start here. Okay, you start there, you finish. Next person. You learn enough from that person. You gather enough of information that you need personally for your mindset. Go to the next person. It's good to not just stick to one person because what works for one person is not going to work for you. Trading is not a one size fits all. Trading is literally everything is individual. Investing, trading, everything is so individualized. You have to build your own playbook. Nobody can trade for you. Period. So, I think right now I'm I'm taking a look at I don't know if you've seen it. His name is Lance Bergstein. That's who I'm taking a look at right now in terms of like learning from him. I love his stuff now. But like, let's say I started like a year ago looking at his videos. I wouldn't understand a damn thing that he says because I didn't understand the basics of trading. I needed at least that year of paper trading to understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Now we're talking more advanced things. We're talking order flows. We're talking, you know, level 2 data sets. Like that's the kind of stuff I would never have a clue about in the beginning. You have to start with basic stuff like support and demand, key psych levels, just basic charting, basic patterns. That's all basics. Now you have to go to build a strategy, learn how to back test, learn how to journal every day, keep to that discipline, you know, being emotionally and physiologically in shape to trade. If you went partying and drinking the night before and then you try to get up in your trade, you're not going to be mentally fit. You know, you have to have a certain level of discipline to get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I'm not going to over leverage. That's a big thing. I think that was my big problem. I was over leveraging.
I don't use any leverage. I use the money that I have at my disposal.
No, it's the money that you have at your disposal. But some depends on the mentor. But generally speaking, what I've heard as a beginner that I am is the rule for options. I'm using options as an example. I guess it can go for futures or whatever as well. You use about, I think it was what? I couldn't remember. 10%? 10% or 1%.
So you're talking about utilization of your account.
Yes, of your total account. Yeah, you don't want to leverage 50% of your capital into one trade. You know, that's what I mean by over leveraging. I think that's part of your rules.
What's up, Jamie? Yeah, I do believe the number.
Don't over leverage. Don't over trade.
Yeah, I think I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's definitely nowhere over 10%. It might even be.
I think it was 10%.
Less, yeah,
10% or less. You know, and you don't want to lose. You know, you're gonna leverage what you can afford to lose. You don't want to over leverage what you can't afford to lose. I feel like that was my problem.
As you can see from that chart.
Yeah,
That's
exactly what my account looks like. Great, and then it's like one big day, and I'm like, bro, what? That's exactly what was happening.
Because
I was like $1,000 account. It's a very small.
I was over leveraged. I had all of my eggs in one basket, and I was like,
right.
So if it would have worked, that would have been a green day. I would have made a shit ton of money.
And it ended up being that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the problem that I currently have. So I'm like, okay, now it's time to build. Now it's time to go back to the drawing board. Recognize, because I mean, as a trader, your issues I feel like they evolve over time. So like initially I was like over trading, then I was over leveraging. Like you learn your playbook.
Yeah.
You build your playbook as you make mistakes. I feel like that was a good example. We both over leveraged just to make a lot of money, and then we ended up losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then you learn from that, and you're like, shit, I can't do that anymore. We really need to stick to consistent building and not seeing that big green, and you're like, I can do that again. No, you can't. One catalyst, one tweet, man, and your account will. That's probably what that was. That was a catalyst.
That was a Donald Trump tweet. Hey, it's a good time to buy stocks. And everybody in the entire world bought stocks.
I heard somebody call that NASDAQistan. We're in the middle of NASDAQistan, and Trump is tweeting something, and these poor traders are in the middle of a trade. You just see this shit plummet.
Yeah.
And you don't have so for example, like a 10% stop loss set. That order hasn't been set. You didn't set your order, your stop loss. That shit just keeps going, and you're sitting there praying that it's gonna come back, knowing damn well it's not.
You know what the worst part about that fucking trade is? That morning in the pre-market, I was up like $3,000 or something, and I got greedy. I was like, "Oh, I'm up $3,000. I can get more."
You get greedy, and then you
I could have gotten out of that trade, and so now I have this philosophy of you'll never go broke making a profit. Like. Even if it's just a little bit.
Take the green and leave.
Exactly. Bears will make money, bulls will make money, but pigs get slaughtered. And that's what I was that day.
Yep,
I was a pig.
That's what I'm saying. And I'll be good for 3 months at a time, and then I'll have one red day. And it's not even like I blew the whole account. It's just I blew my confidence.
Yeah.
And I have to go back in and be like, okay, you need to stop acting this way. You need to stop being like that. Let's go to the analytical part now. Forget the emotional part. Forget the psychology part. Let's go to the analytics now. Let's go to the heavy duty stuff. So yeah, I'll come back when I'm finally a profitable trader. I like what Lance Bergstein was saying. He was introducing me to as I started looking at his videos on YouTube and stuff. Some of his introductions were if you want to be a day trader and all of these, what did he call them? Furus. He called them furus.
Fake gurus?
The fake gurus, the day traders who sell you courses and stuff. They try to tell you all this stuff about trading. He used to work at Trillium, and he trades, I think, students in prop firms and stuff. So he's a Wall Street professional. You cannot become a professional overnight. You can't put like me or you to play in the NFL tomorrow, or like in a year, or in like 2 years. We're not going to be able to play in the NFL. Yeah. Same thing as a surgeon. How long does it take a surgeon to do surgery? It takes years for him to learn how to become a professional. Yeah. So you can't expect to be a trading professional overnight. It's going to take years. Yeah. So you need to sit here and realize that. And as he was saying that, I was like, yeah, you're right. I feel like everybody, when they get into day trading, they think of it as like a fast way to become a millionaire overnight. You know, everyone thinks that. They don't really understand the grueling process of really becoming a trader and having a trading as your career long term. It's grueling. Like, it's really grueling.
My
enjoy
mom's
Punta Cana.
in Punta Cana, like fucking.
That's awesome.
But my mom has been that like set it and forget it type of investor. Like
that's good for her. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
that's
boring.
A long term growth investors.
Yeah. I'm a risk taker. So
am I. I'm a high risk, high reward person. But like I said, not everybody's comfortable with that. It depends on your comfortability level. Different strategies. Warren Buffett is a set and forget it guy. He's a long term GV person. You know, he's going to sit there and look at the companies and think about growth over time. You and I are probably going to be more interested in like catalyst moves, you know, earnings. Do you take a look at the earnings and the IPOs too?
This was the first IPO that I ever bought was SpaceX. I bought one share.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think Warren Buffett's the greatest investor of all time, and so I went to Omaha, Nebraska last year, and I saw Warren Buffett retire in person.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
We were just talking about it. Yeah, we know.
That's what we're talking about trading.
Honestly,
trading.
And like honestly, the like with time, you
just can't give up.
Yeah,
that's it. As long as you don't give up and you say to yourself, "Hey," I got this from another mentor. Like if you say to yourself, "Hey, this is the possibility that could be my outcome if I sit here and I don't give up." If you just keep thinking like, "Yeah, I could be a millionaire with this," just don't give up.
Yeah,
then you're good. Like it is. If you keep working hard on this, it is inevitable. That
exactly.
The success is eventually inevitable. And I realized I was like, okay, no matter what, the success is inevitable. Now I just have to be smart and patient. The problem is I'm not patient. So I was assuming it was like a quick profitable thing. So now I'm just like, okay, I just keep saying to myself, you know, success is inevitable. And I'm constantly manifesting. Like I already see myself as a millionaire. I can see that. There's a distance that I have to you just have to sit there and wait.
It'll traverse the road.
Yeah, you just have to traverse, you know? Like when I remember I first said to myself, like, you know, I had nothing before I started my business and everything. I was like, you know, your first milestone is hitting that first 100K a year. And then when then after you hit the 100K, all of a sudden it's like, wow, that was easy. But before the 100K, before that 6 figures, it's like, wow, this is really hard. So I feel like you have to think about it as like you just see an extra zero. Like you can't I feel like people overthink the numbers when it comes to like 6 figures and 7 figures.
Yeah.
You really have to, you know, envision that. I really believe in manifestation. Like that, it worked for me for my business. It really did.
Do you know Bob Proctor?
I feel like I've heard the name.
He's passed away now, but he was like that. Like he was the big guy with like manifestation and like the law of attraction and shit.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
That's me. That's my thing, and it actually worked for me. Like it worked really well. I was redirected into another business, and you know, this business within a year. I'm you know, it'll be 2 years in August, and I think this year we're gonna hit like maybe like 250, and I'm only 21, so it was just like traversing that space time. And understanding like space and time are only real in certain realities. If the reality that you're perceiving,
fuck The Secret. No, fuck The Secret.
I haven't read that one yet.
Don't
but
read
I think
The Secret.
my mom has that one.
I'm sure I have. I have The Secret over there.
I haven't read that
you
one.
can fucking have it. The Secret's bullshit. But I believe in the law.
Quantum physics.
I believe in the law of attraction. I just don't believe in The Secret.
I mean, there's a lot of what we call woo-woo shit out there, and I'm not like woo-woo person. because my mom was woo-woo, you know, and I was just like,
my mom's woo-woo too.
That was like, that's some bullshit. But you know what? Like I said, that's why I didn't want to get into meditating. And then I got into meditating, and then certain things were like, okay, this is weird. So I was like, you know what? Forget the woo-woo thing. I'm going to study the science behind the woo-woo. So I went to, I don't know if you know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he can kind of be a little culty to some people.
Yeah.
But initially, when I read his books, he had a lot of science to back up what he was talking about. And that's what I like. I like the analytical stuff. I like the science behind it. I want to see the science-y proof. You found it?
if you want it, you can have it.
No, my mom has that one at home, too. I think she has a couple copies, too.
I have no interest in reading that book. I don't know why I have it, but...
I'm cool. But
but like Joe Dispenza is exactly like that. I kind of like Joe Dispenza though. He's
I'm following the science of what he's saying. Like I like the science. Like I want to see a scientist. Like I like when I see scientists trying to, like the book that I'm reading now. I don't remember the name of the book. It's Reconnecting to Source by Irvin Laszlo. It's just a whole bunch of different scientists who, like really scientists who don't believe in this stuff, are trying. Like I don't know, the last scientist I was reading about, she was trying to prove her hypotheses wrong. She didn't believe in something, so she was trying to prove, like, you know, this isn't real. And every time she tried to run these tests, they ended up proving the opposite. I don't remember what it was specifically. Like
that's exactly what science is trying to disprove your hypothesis.
Right?
And if you cannot do so, then
maybe you need to start believing. So she believed that if I don't know if you ever Googled where thoughts come from. We know what thoughts look like in the brain when they happen, but we don't know where they come from. So she believes that a thought is like a material quantitative thing. So she tried to prove that wrong. She was like, but over time she was running that, and she was starting to realize the power of thought and like the power of belief, the power of, again, faith and, you know, your thought process and everything. If you really believe, I think that if you really believe something, you can really do it. Like genuinely in your subconscious mind, not just in your analytical mind, but in your subconscious mind. If y'all have not studied psychology and you really want to succeed, study a little bit of psychology. Like, I feel like everybody needs to know a little bit about psychology and the way your brain works. Everybody has a brain. Study a little bit. Understand a little bit of what's going on up there, you know? I mean, I love the study of, like, the subconscious mind, the analytical mind. Like, I listen to so many things just to program my subconscious mind, and the funny thing is, it freaking works. Like, it freaking works. I only did it to prove that it didn't work. Like, that's how I started. I was like, I started meditating just to prove it didn't work. I started doing this just to prove it didn't work. Tell me why it started working. So now I'm like, okay, if it works, might as well keep doing it, you know?
Yeah. All right, so we're out of time. I like to leave my guests with some homework assignments.
Uh-oh.
So one, I'm asking you, T, to promote the ever-living fuck out of this episode so that my channel can explode.
With my little 100 followers.
Hey, fuck it. Like, send it to your dad, send it to your uncle, send it to
everybody, send it to mom, send it to my brother.
Yeah. And like your best friends, whatever. Yeah. And that way, you know, you'll get a little bit of more fame, and you know, maybe someone will be like, watch it and be like, hey, I
saw your podcast.
Yeah. Number 2 is, if you have any friends that you want to like introduce me to, connect me to, I would love to have them on as well. And I'm just going to put this out there: 5-foot tan brunettes with perky B cups and brown eyes never hurt ratings. So if you know any of them,
that was really specific.
And then lastly, I should have prepared you for this, but I guess sometimes it works better as a surprise. This is a segment that I got from Lewis Howe's podcast, The School of Greatness. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I'll check it out.
That's where I discovered Bob Proctor from.
Okay.
And Joe Dispenza has been on it.
Yeah, okay.
This is called 3 Truths. So if you were to live a long and a fruitful life, and I hope that you do, I hope that you live to whatever ripe old age that you wish to, and your life is just like a completed checklist. You accomplish everything you ever wanted to, and you have as big of a family as you want to, and when you go out, they're all surrounding you, and you feel no pain. But when you go, all of your life's work goes with you. Every text message that you've ever sent, every photograph of you, every Reddit post, every Facebook post, every college essay that you've ever written, all of it goes in the grave with you, except you are able to leave behind 3 truths. what are your 3 truths that you're going to leave behind?
Actually, I would prefer, it doesn't bother me, like, when people say, like, oh, you know, like I said, a lot of people want to have kids so they can leave their legacy. I was never interested in leaving a legacy.
Okay.
I think I'm here on this earth to spread the love, spread the joy, and just grow as a soul. Like, that's my thing. I'm here for love, joy, gratitude, and all of those high positive emotions. I'm not here for anything else. I came in this body, and I'm leaving the same way I came in, with nothing and just my body. I can't take anything with me to the grave. But I'm going to make sure that my life experience was to fully experience love, joy, gratitude, peace, and, you know, just overall having a good time as a human with my other fellow humans on this little rock floating through space. You know, if someone can say, you know, I remember her being so kind to me or helping me during my darkest time, or like, you know, she was in the background helping me with this, or, you know, I think she spread a lot of love, or, you know, she spread a lot of joy. She made a lot of people happy. Just all positive and good things. That's all I want when I die. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about leaving a legacy. If I leave a legacy, great. But I just want people to remember me for being a good person. That's it. Yeah. That's all I'm interested in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can get 3 Brazilian guys to yeet you off a cliff.
I don't think I would want to die like that. I think we'll take the psychedelic route.
Okay.
But doesn't your brain like release like 7 minutes of DMT when you die? Anyway?
Yeah, that's what they say. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, guys, I want to let you know that by turning on the notification bell, you can be notified anytime we go live. T, thank you for being such a gracious guest.
Thank you for inviting me.
You were lovely. And I'd love to have you on again when you're a millionaire or whatever.
Actually, that would be nice.
Or just well on your way.
Let me be a profitable trader, and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to humbly thank our audience for being, for your ample gratitude. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm stumbling over my words. Once again, I want to humbly thank our listeners and pay them ample gratitude for their patronage. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have such a high quality interactive show. So thank you, audience. I'd like to take this time to remind all of our listeners that we're spreading like a virus. The Good Faith Podcast is now on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, RSS.com, Overcast, Downcast, Podbeam, Edge, Podcast Republic, CastBox, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. On Patreon, where we're going to build additional value for the multiple tiers of donors with special content, Super Chat priority, VIP in-person meetings. We do value your attention, so thank you for quieting your TikTok brain for the last 2 hours. This is a reminder, if you feel you got any value from our show, it takes basically 0 work to like it and subscribe to it. It'll move us closer to our goal of having thousands of subscribers, which will bump us up in the algorithm. It'll expose us to more potential listeners. If you guys want to share us with more of your friends and family, we would be absolutely delighted to extend our outreach. The quickest way for us to broaden our exposure is for you listeners to each share us with one friend. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. If you live in the greater Philadelphia area, want a guest star on our show, please reach out to me in an Instagram DM at Christopher Bulick. The Patreon link's in the description. All proceeds will go towards rent, food, electricity, new computer equipment to improve our general show quality, and Clark's medical expenses. My cat is an epileptic, and he needs...
He is so beautiful, y'all. You should see this beautiful little soul in this cat's body.
Aww. And
little shirt.
To all of our faithful audience, we wish you a wonderful weekend, a happy and healthy lifestyle, and to all of you, we bid you goodbye.
Bye, y'all.